Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rebecca, and before I jump into today's video, I want to make a huge announcement. Many of you have known if you followed me on Instagram, so make sure you follow me on Instagram to get more life updates there. But your girl's pregnant, and it's been so nerve-wracking keeping that secret in. I am feeling pregnant. I am excited. It has been such a cool journey so far. We are expecting a little girl, and we are just so thrilled that our family is growing. And yeah, so just a heads up, I will probably be looking more and more pregnant as these videos continue. I've been trying to power through some of my videos, but it's been a struggle. So I'm just so happy I can finally say that out loud. Now, on to today's video. Today, we are going to be talking about shacking or living together before marriage, what my thoughts are. We're gonna hear what Jordan Peterson has to say about shacking up or living together before marriage. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a great video. So without further ado, let's get into it. So before I share my opinion with you guys, let's hear what Jordan Peterson has to say about living together before marriage.
And it's the same thing when you're living together with someone. You know that people who live together before they're married are more likely to get divorced, not less likely. And the reason for that is, what exactly are you saying to one another when you live with each other? Just think about it. Well, for now, you're better than anything else I can trick. But I'd like to reserve the right to trade you in. Conveniently, if someone better happens to stumble into me. Well, how could someone not be insulted to their core by an offer like that? Now, they're willing to play along with it because they're going to do the same thing with you. Now, well, that's exactly it. It's like, yeah, I know you're not going to commit to me, so that means you don't value me or our relationship above everything else. But as long as I get to escape if I need to, then I'm willing to put up with that. It's like, that's a hell of a thing. I mean, you might think, how stupid is it to shackle yourself to someone? It's like, it's stupid, man. There's no doubt about that. But compared to the alternatives, it's pretty damn good. Because without that shackling, there are things you will never, ever learn because you'll avoid them. You can always leave. And if you can leave, then you don't have to tell each other the truth. It's as simple as that, because you can just leave. And then you don't have anyone you can tell the truth to.
See, I think Jordan Peterson hit this on the head. He is so right about what happens to couples who shack up together before marriage. The data proves that living together before marriage increases the likelihood of divorce by 46%. What happens here is that women view living together or moving in together as a next step into commitment. And a lot of men see moving in together as test driving what marriage would look like before actually getting married. And it's more of a convenience factor than it is taking the next step. And what happens is that you have two people with different set of expectations going into the situation. And there's an overwhelming stat that says over 60% of couples who live together don't actually see marriage. That's crazy to me. That means that you are essentially shackling yourself to someone that you don't even plan on getting married to. This is why living together before marriage is very damaging to people, because what happens with marriage is that you are coming together, you're becoming one, and you have expectations and roles in that marriage. When you do this ahead of time, when you try to test drive the relationship and living together, what you're essentially doing is confusing what your roles and expectations are. Now that you're living together, you're essentially sharing the finances, you are cooking and cleaning and doing all the things around the house. And if you haven't expressed these expectations and roles, then the likelihood of resentment will creep in. And most of the time, as we've seen through the stat, people will leave the relationship before they even get to marriage. If you do get married, if you do take that next step, it's not a decision that you guys made, it is sliding into marriage. And that creates even more problems because it was not a conscious decision that the man made to marry the woman. It was, well, I guess that's the next step. And you don't want that to be what your marriage is about. You want there to be excitement in the next stage of life. So if you are a young couple, whether you're dating or engaged, think twice about moving in together. It really confuses couples and it creates misalignment when it comes to expectations and roles and needs and desires. And instead, you guys can have a conversation about what your expectations, roles, needs, and desires are for marriage. That way you can prepare yourself for marriage instead of sliding into marriage. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please leave it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, hit that notification bell to get notified on all my new videos. I'm excited to have you guys here and I'll see you guys in my next video.